Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, right now, welcome back again with me, Faisal Zain, and with MPM 2024-16-3707. Okay, for today, I will invite you to hear one of my answering about the final exam of English morphology with all of the question. Those question, I will answer 5 question. This is about English morphology. So I think all of you enjoy my talks when I talking English, I speak English, although it's not fluently or it's not perfect, etc. So and let's go in for the first question. This is about explanation, clear and simple English based on introduction to English morphology. What benefit we learn about word, lexeme, and lexical item. For the first one, that we have to understand first. This is about the definition one by one first. And what is word? Word is the actual form that appears in speech or writing. Words can change their form based on tense, number, or grammatical function. For example, walk, walked, walks, walking. There are all different words because their form are different. And next, lexeme. Lexeme is the basic unit of meaning. It's grouped together all the words from that share the same core meaning. For example, walk, walked, walks all belong to lexeme work. Jadi kata dasarnya itu berasal dari walk. Jadi walk itu adalah seperti itu. And lexical item. Lexical item is includes lexeme, but also compound word, idiomatic expression, fixed pairs that carry a single meaning. For example, credit card or lexical item, even though it is two words. Kicked bucket, one lexical item meaning to die. What is distinction important? For the first is in order that there are no mistake for when we want to know about the meaning. Yes, I think only that. And next, for the second question, this is phonological context plays a significant role in shaping the form of morphemes in English. A single morpheme can appear in different forms, called allomorph, depending on the sound that comes before or after it. Simple explanation: a morpheme is the smallest unit and has meaning, and allomorph is variation of a morphemes from. And phonological context refers to the surrounding sound that influence which form appears. For example, common example, the plural morpheme s in English has 3 different allomorphs based on phonological context. S after voiceless sounds, example, cats, and the last sound is and after voice sound. Example, dogs. When we mention about the plural word, for example, dog addition s, this become dogs, like that. And is, for example, busy. When we want to the third singular, or yes, this is become busies. And in s or is used. Why is the confusing for learners? This is for the first point. This is about the spelling. About the spelling is always, but the pronunciation changes. And for the and second, this is this concept is rarely taught, especially in beginner language classes. And yes, I think like that. Phonological context strongly influences the form of morpheme in English. This can cause confusion, especially in pronunciation and listening. Recognizing phonologically conditioned allomorph helps learners understand pattern and avoid errors. And for the third question, this is a comparison between the derivational and inflectional morphology. For the first one, this is the derivational morphology. The derivational morphology changes the meaning or the word classes. For example, happy, and the word classes is adjective, can change, or we addition about suffix. Yes. For example, happy become happiness, ditambahkan akhiran. Adjective become noun, or adjective to noun, like run become runner. It creates a new word. It is usually not required in grammar. And the second is inflectional morphology. Inflectional morphology is does not change the core meaning of word classes. It shows grammatical features like tense. For example, walked. This is the tense. And about number, like plural or singular, like cat become cats, or position, yes, or position. It doesn't create a new word, just a new form of the same lexeme. And not always in many cases it's clear whether a form in derivational or inflectional, but some cases can be ambiguous when we look about the akhiran ide in verb. For example, bored can be inflectional past tense or bore, or derivational when used as an adjective, a bored person. And again, when we use in, like in boring, it may be inflectional is boring me, or derivational a boring movie, adjective use. The difference between derivation and inflection is often clear in theory, but in real usage, some form can have dual function, which causes morphological ambiguity. This is one of our outline in the third question. For the fourth question, is about yes, I think only that. For the fourth question, in the chapter compound and blends, from an introduction to English morphology by Andrew Carstairs McCarthy, it is explained that this distinguishing between compound words and phrases is not always easy. Sometimes they look similar in form, but they are structurally and semantically different. What are compound word and phrase? A compound word is a combination of two or more words that together form a single unit with a new meaning. For example, toothbrush, not just tooth, toothbrush, but a specific object used from brushing teeth. A phrase. What a phrase? Phrase is a group of words that still retain their individual meanings and are loosely connected. For example, greenhouse, a house that is painted green, different from greenhouse, which is glass building for glowing plant. What are the challenges? For the first one, a constitutive spelling compound can be written in one word. For example, blackboard, and two word ice cream. And there are back, this is, or happenated. Yes, happenated. For example, mother-in-law. This is inconsistency makes it hard to tell whether it's a compound or a phrase. And the second point, this is stress pattern and the pronunciation in compound word. The primary stress is usually on the first word. For example, blackboard. A person board that is black. However, this difference is only clear in spoken language, not in writing. And for example, blackbird as compound word basis. For the if we menggunakan compound word, penekanannya itu ada di kata pertama, blackboard. Sedangkan phrase di sini ada yang kedua, blackbird, anything like that. And the last question, this is the question of number 5. Yes, the question of number 5. According to Carstairs McCarthy, not all changes in morphological are caused by sound phonological rules. Some change happen because of lexical or word-specific or grammatical reasons. There are called non-phonologically conditioned allomorph. Three example of allomorph not conditioned by phonology. First one is go, become when. Explanation: when is the past tense of go, but it doesn't sound similar or follow a rule like walk, become walked. From the book, this is an example of suppletion, where one word from is completely replaced by another. And we can analyze this selected from a regular pattern, so we can always predict past tense from just by looking at the best form. And the second point, for example, child become children. The plural is not formed by adding s like a must noun, but by adding ran. From the reason is this is lexically conditioned allomorphy, a special change that applies only to certain words. We must memorize such irregular plural forms individually as they don't follow the usual pattern. And the third or the last example is oxen. Ox, O N W become oxen. The plural uses an which comes from Old English. From the book, an example of historical residue leftover from earlier stage of the language. Not all plural forms follow the modern S. Also, morphological analysis must consider historical form as well. Conclusion, intinya, the important is emphasize that English morphology is not always regular or rule-based. Many words have unique or irregular form that cannot be predicted from their sounds. This is important to remember when analyzing word structure, especially in language learning or linguistic research. I think only that I show you about the 5 question in final exam of English morphology, and I'm so sorry if I have many mistake. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.